Hey, Thriving Launchers, let's talk about utilizing Instagram to get more leads, generate a side hustle, or use it full on to make more money for your current business.
Welcome to Thriving Launch with Luis Congdon and Kamala Chambers, the show for heart-centered entrepreneurs who want it all.
5 days a week, we bring you different segments to inspire you to live a life of freedom. We interview the leading experts in the field of business, health, and love. Be sure to check out Training Tuesdays, where we give you a clear action plan to grow your own business.
Do you have a product or service that you would like to sell online? Or maybe you've been thinking about it, but you're reserved to do it because you need a website, you need complicated systems, and you need to spend money? Well, I've created a completely free course that teaches you how to use Facebook in a purely organic way. This means no ads and no money are needed. You can use Facebook completely free. So head on over to thrivinglaunch.com, opt into my Profit from Social Media course. I'm going to teach you the free methods to using Facebook to make money today.
Hey, Thriving Launchers, would you like to utilize social media and Instagram to get more leads? Well, today's guest is Dr. Steve Sabo, an emergency doctor, an actual doctor who's created a thriving six-figure plus business utilizing Instagram and social media to generate leads and a side hustle. Hey there, Thriving Launchers. Let's talk about Instagram and generating leads with Instagram. And let's bring on Dr. Steve. Steve, are you ready to launch?
I am. Great
Awesome.
to be here.
Yeah, it's great to have you here. I know that you're somebody who's done really well utilizing Instagram and creating a side business while being a doctor, which is just incredibly amazing. So I'm curious, what are some of the steps that we should take if we want to start utilizing and really reaping the benefits of this powerful tool called Instagram?
Well, let me just take you back and tell you that as an emergency doctor, I have no background, obviously, in sales and marketing. So the way I did it is I took a course that taught me how to expand my audience of followers on Instagram. And there are a lot of different ways to do that. But basically, that's how I did it. Techniques I learned in a course.
Yeah, so I'd love to hear some of the things that you found and applied that have really worked for you to generate leads on Instagram.
Sure. The first thing that I would let everybody out there know is that you got to be consistent. You can't do 10 posts one day and then no posts for another week. So consistency here is the key. But specific techniques, there's hashtags. For those of you who don't know what hashtags are, those are the keys that attract people to you. So if you put hashtag weight loss, anybody who's looking for weight loss who puts hashtag weight loss in on Instagram will find you or may be able to find you. So hashtags are a great way to do that, as well as going into what I call a target market. If you're in a weight loss company, for example, one of the ways to expand your audience is to go onto groups or companies where people might be looking for weight loss. For example, people that might join a gym or people from certain network marketing companies that deal with weight loss. If you go on and search for people like that, put comments and likes on people's accounts, these people may then come back and follow you. You start to engage people. I try to engage 10 to 15 people a day, and these techniques alone have really helped grow my account. In addition to that, I'm a big fan of video marketing, and over the last year and a half, I've produced about 250 videos, and they're teaching videos that go right to my target market. If it was weight loss, that's not my company, but say it was weight loss, then I would target people looking for weight loss. Maybe I would do a video of an exercise, or I would show a healthy recipe, these type of things.
Those are all really great tips. So we're talking about putting hashtags in your first comment when you post and putting relevant hashtags to the post to get people to come over. You're also talking about liking and commenting on other people. I've heard You can find an account that's relevant to yours. You can like it 5 times. You can comment on 3 of them, and you can give them 1 follow. That's a little formula I've heard of that helps to boost your Instagram to get them to follow you back and come over to your site. And then you're talking about some other ways to grow your Instagram. What about generating leads? I know you get 1 link in your bio. I'd love to hear kind of some tips from you on how to generate leads from Instagram.
Sure. What we were just talking about is certainly one way of generating leads. And that's starting to follow other people and building your following. I created a lead magnet. And it's called How Anybody Can Get 5 or More Leads a Day on Instagram in Just Under 30 Minutes. It's an ebook. It's free. Again, this is really all about creating value for people, so people want to follow you. And I created this ebook, and then what I did is I made a video out of it, a short video on a website, and I put the video as a Facebook ad. So the ad is now running on both Facebook and on Instagram. And it just kind of boggles my mind how many leads I've gotten and how many views. This is an ad that's been running since the beginning of the year, and it has been seen by nearly 120,000 people and has generated me nearly 2,500 leads. It's amazing.
That's fantastic. And so you're talking about putting a video ad on Facebook that also runs on Instagram that goes to obviously an opt-in page, like a real brief opt-in page.
That's correct. So I also I have, as you said, an opt-in page. So people sign up on the opt-in page if they want the value that I'm giving out, that free Instagram training. And then I capture them as a lead, both on my autoresponder and another site that I have. And therein is the leads. It's really all about creating value for your target market.
That's what it's about, right? And so I'd love to hear from you. Are there any missing steps that we might need to know about in that process?
Well, again, who's your target market? That's the first thing you have to kind of figure out. And then you need to see what they're struggling with. And as a person who teaches social media, how to grow your accounts on Instagram, my target market is home business owners and small business owners. So what do they struggle with? They struggle with leads and sales. So my Instagram lead magnet, which I just mentioned, is actually an attempt to help these type of people with their struggles. So once you do that, then you can create an ad. You can let it run I have it running both on Facebook and Instagram. And if it's a good lead magnet and helps people a lot, then you get the leads. And Facebook advertising, it's just absolutely fascinating. I'm finding how, I got people coming in from Australia and the United Kingdom, as well as the US and Canada, that are on my list.
It's really great stuff. I love how clear you've laid it out, how simple you've made it. Some other tips are making sure that you're really using those targeted hashtags to your target market. There's different schools of thought, but they say that finding hashtags that are less than 70,000 search volume, between 10,000 and 70,000, just to make sure that it's one that you can actually rank for. I'd love to hear some of your thoughts on hashtags and how you use them.
Absolutely. It's certainly not a good idea. In fact, the example I gave, actually, hashtag weight loss, I think I checked the other day, and that's one of the most overused hashtags. And so, as you say, you should certainly avoid using the most common ones. You're just going to get kind of lost if you use those. So certainly ones that fall into the range that you mentioned before would certainly be very valuable out there and again, draw people to you.
That's fantastic. It's been so fantastic being here with you, Dr. Steve. Thank you so much for sharing with us your method to grow and get leads from Instagram. I encourage you all to go out and apply some of these methods that Steve has been sharing with us today, and keep thriving, everyone. You've been listening to the Thriving Launch podcast. For books and resources related to today's episode, make sure to head over to thrivinglaunch.com. We'll see you there.
Hey, Thriving Launchers, if you've enjoyed today's episode, make sure to tune into the next one because we're going to talk about creating influence, connecting with influencers, and how one guy was able to connect with Wyclef and utilize specific strategies that you're going to learn on the next episode for connecting and creating influence.